Good morning, Shalom Avrocha. Today is Chuf Hai Sivan. We're learning Siman. Kif Memches Yachod, She'achar Achippa, She'achar Kedushin, and we're up to As Gimel. Aval Balmuna, Eine Koine Ele Yachod Ru Labila. So we were talking about the Yachod room that Chus and Kala go in, and that it has to, it's okay if people come in or not, but if it's a Almuna or a Grisha, probably also, that it has to be a room that it's capable of having a yichud gomer and not just a private room. She has to be, she can't be a nida, and it has to be a decent enough room, and nobody should come in. Dalad, ein oisen kinyan v'Shabbos. We don't do a kinyan in Shabbos in general, but also over here. If they got married Erev Shabbos, the yichud room should happen. The going into the yichud room should happen before Shabbos. And like this, so if the yichud room happened, if the yichud that's rui, yeah, and yichud hakoina, if the kinyan happened during the day, they could be intimate in Shabbos, no matter if it's a virgin order or if it's second marriage. Aval im loy nasa yichud hakoina b'od yom uz uselo v'olei b'Shabbos b'Yerushalayim mishum dabi ois a kinyan v'ayin kinyan b'Shabbos, so then they won't be able to be together intimately because we don't do a kinyan on Shabbos. Sima kif memtes דיני ברכת המזון סיון mitzvah שמחת וכלה bo yid gemosifim. Aleph koidem bרכת המזון basura omer amburach devai husayr omerem shasimcha bima oinoi v'yesh loimer she'uchalni mishaloi beloivov veloy v'shach shasimcha moina v'shachalni mishaloi. We say shasimcha moina she'uchalni mishaloi. Acher bרכת המזון lekach kos shiny. So this is according to the Kitzur Shulchan. After Bרכת המזון, we take a second cup. Bo'emru lav shayish bruchas, v'achach mevorach el hakas b'shal Bרכת המזון bo'er pri hagufen. And then after we say the 6 bruchas, we say bo'er pri hagufen. Matov shelo ilam malas es hakas l'shayish bruchas ad lach Bרכת המזון. I think we do pour the cup before Bרכת המזון, but he says to pour it after Bרכת המזון. Tzrichem leizur shelo yochli anushim v'anushim b'chayder echad. We have to be careful that men and women shouldn't eat in the same room. Shem oichlu anushim v'anushim b'chayder echad. If it's mixed seating where random men sit next to random women, we can't say shasimcha b'moino. Why? When someone follows his yatzer hara, he's not b'simcha. He might feel high, but that's not the definition of simcha, so we don't say shasimcha b'moino. Guys, bucher shanusu b'sila o yamuna. A single guy that marries, no matter if he marries a first marriage or a second marriage, but he's single, he's first marriage. Or the opposite, if it's a second marriage for the man but a first marriage for the woman. So we're going to make sheva brachas. If one of the groom or the bride are single, it's first marriage for either of them, then we're going to do sheva brachas. We're going to do it by the first Sida, which is the chasna, she'achar even though the meal didn't happen during the day, it happened at night. The chippa, the nasiyan happened, let's say, in the afternoon, and then the Sida only happened at night, still we're going to say it. Or even the next day. Aval Acher Sida Rishona, after this first Sida, V'chaim V'chol Shiva Yemai Hamishta Imbui Punim Chadushas Mevarchim Kain. So why? Because the first Sida is considered the Punim Chadushas, and the other meals, the first meal is considered the Punim Chadushas for itself. The other meals we're going to need Punim Chadushas, as we're going to see soon what a Punim Chadushas means. Gimel, k'shayim punim chadushas, im soy ad nemachus manushim shayim b'bnai bayis v'mach b'simchus merayas, ein omrim d'vayusar. If people are sitting together, but they're not part of the simcha, so we're not going to say d'vayusar. Instead, we're going to say noidel l'shimchu, and we're going to finish v'shah simcha b'ma'oinav. After Bרכת המזון, lekach kas shayni, and after Bרכת המזון, we're going to take a second kas. Ba'omer, and we're going to say birchas ashabura susam v'simcha. We're not going to say the whole sheva brachas. We're just going to say ashabura susam v'simcha v'achech l'kayach kois shayin shal birchas hamuz v'emru lav boira priya gufen. And then we're going to take the second cup and say boira priya gufen. V'lozeh ein surah chasura. We don't even need 10 people for this. Gam b'shloshim avarchim, even just 3 people is enough. Aval im eine soyed rak im b'nai bayis lavad ein omer klim. And if he's together with people that are only from his family, he doesn't say anything. Why? Because they were ready by the first seeder. It has nothing with them. Not that it has nothing with them. It's not enough to make the brucha. Sorry. Dalat alman shanus almuna. But if it's for both second marriage, im achli seeder shoyna biyom anasiyan. If they ate the first seeder, which was the actual same day of the wedding, even though the meal was drawn out into the night, so even at night we're still going to say the bruchas like we spoke in Sif Aleph. But if they didn't start the meal till the next night, if people are there eating because of the simcha, we're gonna make the bruchas like we said in Sif Gimel, which is we're just gonna say we're gonna say Noida l'shimcha, and we're gonna say Ashabura Susam v'simcha. Even though there is Purim Chadushas. And this is for all the meals that they're going to eat together, we call it Sheva Brachas, whenever they meet together, for the first 3 days, according to the kids of Shulchan Aruch, we're only going to say Ashabura Susam v'simcha after the first meal, or if the first meal didn't happen the same day, any meal, any what we call Sheva Brachas, not going to be Sheva Brachas, it's just going to be Ashabura Susam v'simcha. Hi. Purim Chadushas. What's a Purim Chadushas? Mikra imbu lasham udam. If someone came, machma simchas meram. He came because there is a sheva brachas. Veroitzim laharvas b'shviloi, and we want to cook special food because we want to add food. If it's someone we don't want to add, if there is, there is. If there isn't, there isn't. That's not enough. We have to have something. It has to be someone that we want to add food for him. Baval bi shayin oichel. Even though he's not going to eat, but we want him to have enough food, extra food, whatever. Shabbos v'Yom Tov Rishon v'Shayni Havak Purim Chadushas. The Shabbos meals and Yom Tov meals, the first day's Yom Tov, second day's Yom Tov is considered Purim Chadushas for itself. V'Davkas Hidas Halayla v'Sidas Shachar. This is only the night meal, the day meal. Shabbos lunch. Avol Siddur Shlishas. Shaloshidas Lo Havak Purim Chadushas. Elam Kana Chusn Dorish. Only if someone, the Chusn or someone else, gives a nice drusha. Vov. Someone invites the chus and kala to eat by them. If we're gonna set aside a room for the chus and kala where they could be together, where they could be private, and that's when they're gonna be happy. Didi is considered like they're in their own canopy, and then we can make sheva brachas. We're not even gonna say ashaburu, and we're not gonna say v'shasimcha b'moinoi. We don't pass in this way, but the concept is a very strong concept. You want to know what's happy? When a couple could be by themselves in their own canopy. It's not when everybody is involved and there's so many people. I get constantly people telling me, if you're not going to be friends with all these people, you're going to be left alone. Well, when I'm left alone, maybe I'll be happy, because look what he says, right? When they're going to be together by themselves, then they're going to be happy. If everybody's involved, there's so many people and unhealthy people, then you might not be happy. Okay, Zayin. One more. We're talking about a Rebbe Shechasana, and there are a lot of people, so they're all eating in different tents and different rooms. Even if it's rooms that are not open to the room where the chusn is, every chabira, every group of people could make all the sheva bruchas. Because they're eating from the meal that's made for the chus and kala. But the askunim, the people that prepare, the waiters and all the managers, when they're going to eat after, when everybody packs up, when they eat after the wedding, they're not going to make these bruchas because they're not eating together at the same time. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for learning with me. Shabim Matzliach in all that you do.